This is your topic 8.1 on metals. So this particular TYS topic is asking you questions on properties of metal as well as questions related to the reactivity series. So let's start with question number 1. There is a series of experiments carried out to arrange metal X, Y, and Z in order of decreasing reactivity. Okay, so this is what the question is about. So you are given a table of result. Okay, and the two experiments carried out. One is the reaction of metal with your dilute hydrochloric acid. The second one is actually the reaction involving your metal oxide and whether it can be reduced by heating with carbon. Okay, so for this second method or the second experiment is only carried out for the moderately reactive metal or the unreactive metal. So for very reactive metal, you cannot carry out using this method. Okay, so if you look at the first group of chemical reaction that is described, so out of the three metal, there's a metal that does not react with your acid, okay, which is your metal Y. So when there's no reaction with dilute acid, it just implies that this is an unreactive metal. Okay, so therefore leaving your X and Z as the reactive metal, so the least reactive metal that you should have in your option is actually your Y. Okay, so I've picked out your A and C. Then if you look at the next part of the reaction, okay, which is the second experiment, for the reaction involving your metal oxide with carbon, you realize that now leaving your X and Z, Z is the one that cannot undergo this reaction. So what it tells you from this observation is that this is actually a reactive metal and a very reactive metal. That's why you cannot extract the metal oxide by reducing it with carbon. Okay, so your Z has to be the most reactive metal. Okay, so with this, you'll be able to identify and understand why your answer for MCQ number 1 is actually C. Moving on to question number 2. For question number 2, you are given the ionic equation that represents the reaction between your metals, copper, iron, zinc, and X, okay, with solution of salt from the same metal. Okay, so this type of reaction, you call it the displacement reaction. And displacement reaction of metal works in the same way as displacement reaction of halogens. So the more reactive metal can displace the less reactive metal from the salt solution. Alright? Okay, so how do you actually read such an equation? Because they are all ionic equation. The moment you see that there is no reaction. So for the first one, when your copper reacts with the ions of X metal, okay, if there is no reaction, what you can imply is that your copper is less reactive than X. That's why it is not able to displace the X metal from the X2 plus salt solution. Okay, and if you look at the second reaction, you realize that when your iron reacts with your copper 2 plus ion, you actually form iron 2 plus ion and copper. So there's a reaction taking place. So when there's a reaction taking place, what you can conclude from here is your iron has actually displaced your copper from copper 2 plus salt solution. Therefore, iron is more reactive than copper. Okay, so if you run through the list, you'll be able to then talk about the reactivity for the metal ions involved. So let me just do the conclusion for the remaining 4 reaction. Alright, so based on the conclusion, you'll be able to then figure out what's the correct reactivity of the metals. Okay, so what is the easier way for you to go through this? Basically, you'll be able to arrange the reactivity for copper, iron, and zinc because this is part of your reactivity series. So you just need to know exactly where is the position for your X. Okay, so let's just run through the option to make sure that they are placed correctly. So you realize that the first option is not correct because it states that your copper is actually the most reactive metal, which we know is not. Copper is actually an unreactive metal, so it has to be placed on the right, okay, instead of on the left. Okay, then you look at your option B. Okay, you see that your option B is also incorrect because it has actually placed iron to be more reactive than zinc, which we know is not true. Okay, zinc is actually more reactive than iron. Therefore, your option B is also out. Now, let's look at your option C then. Option C has the correct arrangement of your zinc, iron, and copper. Okay, then what about your option D? Okay, option D has placed your zinc to be the most reactive, followed by copper and then iron, which we know that this is not correct because out of the three metals that you are familiar with, copper is actually the least reactive. So this two is out. So if you actually try to answer this question by elimination, without even running through the different conclusion that I just stated, you will also be able to figure out the answer. Okay, so the correct answer, based on what we have done, you realize that it's actually option C. Now, how do I then link back to the information that is given? Okay, so if you look at what I've given you, I have stated here very clearly the three different statements that involve your metal X. Okay, so you know that copper is less reactive than X, meaning your X must be placed above copper. Okay, your X is more reactive than zinc, and then it also corresponds to the last statement where your zinc is less reactive than X. Therefore, your X should be placed above zinc, and this corresponds to the answer you have for option C. Okay, let's move on to look at your MCQ number 3. So again, MCQ number 3 is also on displacement reaction. Okay, so you're supposed to figure out the order of the metal, okay, the reactivity order of the metal, starting from the most reactive to the least reactive. Okay, so in this case, you are not given the identity of the salt. Okay, so unlike question number 2 where you can do elimination, for this you can't because there is no known identity of your metal, W, X, Y, and Z. Okay, so what you can do is you add in an extra column on the right. Okay, so on the right here, I am going to write down number of reaction. Because the more reactive the metal, it can actually displace more metal, okay, when it's placed in the different salt solution. So you just extend this table by one more column. Okay, then you start counting the number of reaction where the displacement reaction actually take place. So for metal W, it can actually displace your metal X as well as displace your metal Y. Okay, so it has actually successfully carried out two displacement reaction. Then if you look at your metal X has no reaction at all, meaning it is not able to displace any of the metal from the given salt solution, so number of reaction is 0. Okay, and if you look at your metal Y, it has only managed to carry out one displacement reaction, okay, and it can only displace your X. So there's only one reaction. And for the last one, you realize that it can actually undergo displacement reaction 3 times. Z displaces your W, it also displaces your X, as well as displaces your Y. Okay, so it has actually undergone 3 displacement reaction. So by counting the number of successful displacement reaction, you can actually identify which is the most reactive one. So the most reactive metal based on the number of reaction, the first one is actually your Z. This is the most reactive. Okay, the least reactive is actually your X because there's no reaction. Okay, so Z is the most reactive, followed by your W because it is able to displace 2 metal, followed by your Y, and lastly your X. Okay, so the correct answer for MCQ number 3 is actually C. Okay, moving on to question number 4. Okay, which oxide can be reduced to its metal by heating in a stream of hydrogen gas? Okay, so this is a bit of recall work, okay, or memory work that you have to take note of. So for moderately reactive metal and unreactive metal, they can be easily reduced to form its metal by either reacting with coke, okay, which is carbon, your carbon monoxide, or it can be hydrogen. But for hydrogen, you need to take note. It is only able to reduce the metal oxide to metal for metals that is placed below zinc. So what I'm trying to tell you that if your metal is placed above zinc, which is a very reactive metal like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, all these metals will not be able to be obtained if you just pass hydrogen gas through this metal oxide. Okay, so going by what I've just mentioned, you realize that out of the 4 options, I've just identified three of them: aluminium, calcium, and magnesium. All these are oxides of very reactive metal, which means it definitely cannot undergo this particular reaction as stated in MCQ number 4. So you're only left with option C as the answer.